Frank is America's #1 insurance attorney, and today we're going to talk about sports injuries and disabilities. And boy, we got a lot to talk about. And welcome back, Frank Darris. And Frank, I'd like to start out with a statistic, at least in the sport of football, that probably speaks volumes. In 1980, there were four men playing in the NFL who weighed 300 pounds or more. Today, as we speak, in the NFL this season, there were 329 men who weighed 300 pounds or more. I suggest and submit to you that the NFL has a big problem. Men are getting bigger, they're quicker, and the sport is a violent sport to begin with. And unless rules are changed, we're going to have more and more and more injuries.
In the old days, you were taught head to head, or, you put a head in somebody's shoulder. And if you had a helmet-to-helmet hit, you'd see the high fives, and boy, oh boy, that was a measure of your toughness. And, if you got knocked out, and you got your bell rung and you were out for 3 or 4 or 5 seconds, we didn't have smelling salts in the 70s. When I played, early 70s, we did, but you had to get up and get to the sidelines to be able to get it. So I share your view. I'm sure, there are diehard listeners who say, hey, look, it's a violent sport. It's like hockey. Gee whiz, when you sign up and you're making large dollars to play in the NFL, you got to anticipate that with that comes problems. But I don't think anybody anticipated that multiple hits to the head were going to cause concussion syndrome and encephalopathy, and that triggers problems. You think that the NFL would take care of its own, but we've got a players' union that for 20 years has been trying to sober up the process and make it easier and simpler for guys who legitimately were permanently injured while playing and can't access any permanent injury benefits under the NFL format. It is really, really mind-boggling as I litigate these NFL cases and see what we're up against in terms of trying to get these guys paid. You and I and our listeners, we got to put food on the table and gas in the car, and we got to put our kids through school, and these young guys do too. The average life of a football player in the NFL is 5 years. I mean, how much money do you think you're going to make in 5 years coming through as a rookie with a signing bonus unless you're a first-round pick, and still, you got a 5-year window unless you're a quarterback.
I'll tell you what the guys say, and you know this for a fact, because you know a lot of professional athletes. I don't know as many as you do, but I know enough. They all say NFL stands for not for long, and it's the honest to God's truth. You're not going to play in that league today as it stands, as the rules are, and the size of the men, not for long. 5 to 7 years, that's it.
And it's hard. It's hard to make it. A lot of people appreciate that, you play Division I or Division II, or, rarely we get a Division III player that can make it. But to make the 51 or to be carried on the practice squad, if you get injured, in training camp and you can't prove that injury occurred on the field, if you're trying to make the practice squad to be able to be brought up in case somebody gets sick or injured or hurt, to replace one of the 51, the last thing you're going to do is make a practice squad when you're whining that you got injured in the preseason. So these guys are caught between a rock and a hard place. They have an injury. It's legitimate. They want to make the practice squad. They're going to work through it. And you said there's a difference between, playing injured and playing hurt. But it's a tough call. You're going to argue you're injured, you miss your opportunity, you're going to be able to make a workers' comp claim. And truly, Gary, that's the extent of their benefits. If you've been signed by a team and you're hurt in the preseason, the extent of your benefits are just like you and I working for our employer. If we get injured or we get sick as a result of our job, yeah, we're going to get medical care and we're going to get some replacement of our wage loss, but we're not getting any permanent scarring or any of that as a result of a workers' comp. I mean, these guys are done. They are done. And if they're coming out of college in the third year without a college degree and they don't make it and they have a 5-year window to be able to make money, it's a tough deal.